All right, sorry about that. Starting again, we've got x is greater than or equal to -2. That's where we're at right now. -2 is this guy right here, this line, and greater than or equal to goes this direction. All right, so do you see how we have those two vertical lines? Less than 4, greater than or equal to -2. All right, these two, we've got x plus 2. We're going to start at 2 here and go up 1 over 1. So that's this line, and it is a straight line. It is solid. And then this last one, I don't like that they've written -0.5. Let's write it better. What do we write it as? -1/2 x minus 3, okay? Starting that one to graph at -3. They're going by 2's on theirs. Down 1 and over 2, down 1 over 2 is this line right here. And then we have, after we shade it all, we have this region right here. Is that a triangle?
Yes.
Is it? It's a trapezoid technically. Do you see them? Let me erase my stuff. Do you see this little bit right here? Okay. All right. Now, so we've done all the inequality stuff. You guys have done that yesterday. We know how to graph those, hopefully. Okay. And then from there, we talk about the region that's created. We have 4 vertices. Do you know what a vertice is?
Sounds weird.
The corners, right? So we've got 4 corners, and they are labeled here. This is -2, 0. This corner right here is at 4, 6. This corner right here is 4, -5. And this corner right here is at -2, -2. We take those 4 corners. And then what we do, this is my profit or cost equation that I'm looking at. I plug those numbers in for x and y to find the maximum and the minimum. Okay? Got it? All right, I'm going to do that right here. So this is the part that they haven't done for you. Here we go. Let's try to do this. Okay, we want to find f of. One of my points is at -2, 0. All right? Let's find f of. Give me another one of the points that we have. -2, -2. Okay, 4, 6 is another one. So we're going to find f of 4, 6, and we're going to find f of what? 4, -5. Okay, and we're going to do that by using this equation right here. Anybody confused where we are? This is my equation. Okay, so I take -2x. What's the first x that I'm going to plug in? -2. Okay, plus 6y. And my first y is 0. Okay, I'm just plugging these numbers in for x and y. All right, what's -2 times -2? 4. What's 6 times 0? What's that give you? 4 as an answer, okay? Now, I don't know if that's a maximum or a minimum. I've got to compare it to the other one, so let's plug those ones in as well. So, -2 times, here I'm plugging in -2 plus 6 times -2. I'm just plugging those numbers in. All right, let's simplify. -2 times -2 is positive 4. What's 6 times -2?
-12.
-12, and that gives you how much?
-8.
-8. There we go. All right. Then we're going to plug in 4, 6. So -2 times 4, 6 times 6. This gives me -8 plus 36. And that is how much? 28? Yeah? 28? -2 times 4 plus 6 times -5. Now we're going to do -8 plus, or excuse me, minus 30. And that one is how much? -38. Okay? All right, so now we go through and label. Now we compare. Maximum? Max is at 28. So I'm going to look at 4, 6 when I'm looking at the maximum. 38 is my minimum, and that occurs at 4, -5. Okay, let's go fill in the dots down here. The feasible regions are blah, blah, blah. These numbers correspond to the numbers that we just plugged in. Okay, and we plugged them in down here. And the maximum value is, what did we say maximum was? 28, and that occurs at 4, 6. The minimum value is -38, and that occurs at 4, -5. Got it? Okay, now, here's the deal. This is how this works, okay? This one did not have a story problem, context to it, okay? So like they didn't tell me whether I was looking at profit or cost. If it's profit, we want to maximize our profit. If it's cost, we want to minimize our cost, right? So let's say X is representing the number of, I don't know, shoes that we sell, and Y is the number of
Plates.
what? something that goes with shoes. Like shoes
Socks.
and
Braces.
Stores you have to buy.
Socks.
socks.
Soles.
Sure, shoes and socks. Okay, so let's say X is shoes and Y is socks, right? How many shoes and socks do I have to produce in order to have a minimum cost, right? Does that make
Your
sense?
mom.
38.
This, I would have to produce 4 shoes and -5 socks. In this case, it doesn't really work out very well. But 4 shoes and -5 socks to minimize my cost. To maximize my profit, I have to do 4 shoes and 6 socks. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, when we get to a story problem context, that's what we're talking about. That's what we'll get to. What?
We should just do a story problem and then go to the homework.
We'll see. Let me see what's happening next. Let's see what we've got next.
Good idea.
There's only like one problem left, I think. Is this example? Oh, where's example 2? Example 2. Okay, what happens? What happens when we have a region that doesn't have a boundary?
Unbounded.
It's unbounded. We have 3 points right here. We're just going to plug those 3 points in and find the maximum and minimum. Okay? Got it? Easy. Let's see. The vertices of the feasible region are this much. And notice that the region is unbounded. Unbounded. This may indicate that there is no minimum or maximum value. So we plug them in and we look and see what we have. The minimum value is whatever which is at -2, 2, as shown by the test. There is no maximum value. Huh, interesting. Let's do this one. We had 3 points, and then what they went ahead and did is they picked a point that was all the way out here. So they're testing -3, 3, they're testing -2, 2, and they're testing -4, 1, yeah? Then they picked a point that was all the way out here in this region. What point did they pick? Look at the table. What point did they pick from looking at the table?
10, 2.
They picked -10, 2. Will that live in the shaded region that goes on forever?
Yep.
Yeah, so they're picking that point, okay? So if we pick those 4 points and we plug them into the equation was -x plus y, all right? So I'm plugging x in and y in, and we get an answer, and let's do that real quick. What is -3 plus 3?
How do you know if the point works?
What?
Like how they.
Hold on just a second.
Negative.
This is plus, so this is 6. Okay, hold on, we'll get to that, Trevin. This is +2 plus 2, which is 4. This is +4 plus 1, which is 5. And this is I'm going to put a box or a circle around this guy because this is our made up point that we have, which is 12. Okay, now 12 is my maximum point, right? But that was not an actual point on my graph, right? 12 was like on forever to the left. So if I went and did instead, let's say -20, 2, do you think that would be even bigger than 12?
Yes.
Probably. So I can't count this one as my maximum value, right? Because he's not an actual point. Do I have a minimum though? Yes, 4 is my minimum. So it says the minimum value is 4, which occurred at -2, 2. And as shown by the test, the point that we picked that lived in our region gave us 12, which we can't count as our maximum value because it's not an actual point, so it has no maximum value. Do you see how that works? When it's an unbounded region, pick a point and see what that does to your numbers. Okay? Good? All right. I kind of want to skip over the story problem. That's a lot of reading. Shall we skip the story
Yes.
problem? Yeah?
Can we do the one together on the homework?
You want to do the one? Is there a story problem on the homework?
No, 16.
10 is not. 16 is not a story problem.
Oh, okay.
10 is a story problem.
Let's do number 4 together. Number 4, guys.
What?
I've done number 4 and it's easy.
Hold up. Look at 16.
This is easy.
Just wait a second. 16? Can you figure 16 out?
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
On 16, which one is not the same as the other 3?
A.
B.
B is unbounded.
B as in go right there.
Good job, James. What I would say. You fill it in. You fill it in. And make sure you explain your reasoning. Somebody said why. Okay? Explain your reasoning. Number 16. Okay? These shouldn't be too bad. You're just graphing them and doing your profit cost equation or your maximum and minimum. Okay?
I lost my.
What'd you say? All right. Any questions before I shut the video off? That was really short. That was 10 minutes. Hey. Oh no, I had a different video. Okay. All right. Goodbye, people.
Yeah, like.